Transistor count, sweet. As of 2016, the largest transistor count in commercially available single chip processors is over 7.2 billion. So from 2011 to 2016, they tripled it. Holy cow. And that's known as Moore's Law. And Gordon Moore is one of the founders of Intel. And Moore's Law was every 18 months, we double. So every 18 months, we're going to double how awesome we are. So if you track from the 60s to 2016, 1971, 2300, 2016, 7200, every 18 months processing power doubles. Every 18 months. So if you buy a computer today, just to illustrate this, and it has processing power of 1x, in 18 months, computers will have processing power of 2x, and 3 years, 36 months, computers will double again, they'll have processing power of 4x, and 4 years and 6 months, they'll have processing power of 8x, and 6 years, they'll have a processing power of 18x. 18 months is a year and a half, that's 3 years, that's 4.5, and then that is going to be 6 years, yeah. So if I buy a computer today, and people sometimes say, what's wrong with my computer? You know, how old is it? Well, it's not that old, it's 4 or 5 years old. Okay, so if it's like 4.5 years old, and you're running today's software on your computer, today's software is written for a computer that has 8 times more power than yours in just 4.5 years. And that's like, you know, you have a weightlifter that's built to lift 100 pounds, and you're asking that weightlifter to lift 800 pounds. It's going to go a little slower. It's like, I'll lift that 800 pounds up to the top of the mountain, but I got to do it in 8 trips. So I can only lift 100. So it's going to take me a little more time to get it all to the top of the mountain. Whereas today's computers can lift all 800 at once to the top. Analogy. And then 5th gen, or 4th gen, is the CPU, which kind of brought together all of the main components for processing into one location. Central processing unit. And then 5th gen, nobody's really said it's this, but most people say it's AI. And that brings us back to tech is a tool. Do you use it, or does it use you? What I want you to do, Dave, is sit down, take a chill pill, and think things over. Please don't shut me down, Dave. I'm scared, Dave. Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. Daisy is the first song a computer sung when they had a computer sing a song. So in 2001, Stanley Kubrick, text tool, does it use us or does it use you? The monkey throws the bone up into the air, turns into a spaceship, and then on that spaceship there's this dude, you know, the computer decides the crew is in the way of the mission, starts killing off the crew, and then the last surviving crew member is going to like go shut down the computer, kill the computer, and then the computer is like trying to kill the guy before he gets there, and then he has to start reasoning with him because he loses the ability to kill him. So he's like, hey, why don't you sit down and take a chill pill and think things over, And he starts shutting the computer down and pulling out its memory, and the computer's singing, Daisy, Daisy. It's like, wow, it's a text tool. Do you use it or does it use you? And some people are like Elon Musk. It's just like we can't create, he just released a statement saying we can't create bots that kill, robots that kill. We need to not do that as a species. Guess what we're going to do? Picture that. Let's release a bunch of drones, and the drones will all be bumblebee size, and they get their energy from the sun. They have solar panels on them. We'll release 1 million of them, and they all have a stinger which releases cyanide. It can kill enough cyanide to kill one person. They all have biometric recognition, so face recognition, facial recognition. We're going to release 1 million of those. They're going to fly into North Korea with predetermined targets for each of them, right? And they'll just stop in the day and sun up, and then they'll fly at night. They'll go to their range. They'll find their target. They'll communicate back on open Wi-Fi networks. Target acquired, ready, ready, ready. They'll all get the green light. They'll each fly to their target, sting, release the cyanide, and kill 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 of the top echelon of management, cut off the snakehead of that regime. Everybody will wake up. The main leaders are dead. The country is done.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Right? Like no snipers, no military, nobody had to go in. We just had these little, I talk to people who are in the military now, and they're like, yeah, no, we kept getting killed during the training missions because we forgot to check for the drone. And then my buddy went to a conference for law enforcement. He said, it is a little bit gruesome. Like one booth was like, yeah, check out the video of our drone in Iraq. This is real footage showing a drone, just like, they have these awesome drones, flies into the car, detonates a grenade, kills everybody inside. We already have our, what are the drones that we've been flying? Are they the Predator? Is that what it's called? Wow. So 5th gen's AI. And we're right on the verge of that. Driverless cars, awesome. There's always a balance in nature. In some ways we're out of balance. There's a funny movie called, what's the name of it? What's the movie where they got dumb, everybody's dumb, and then the dumb guy becomes the president? I'm not talking about Idiocracy, thank you. Right? And it was like some ways we lost a little of that natural selection, and we've been just continuing to live, So, but there's always a balance in nature. Of course, it's no fun when you're on the tipping side of the scale. Nobody wants to be on that side. So 5th gen, and it seems like there's something else I wanted to say. Yes, there is. But I'll stop this video and do it in the next one. Oh, my camera's at an angle. That's funny. That's better.